I'm gonna make myself a cup of Good Morning America. Y'all want some? It's the best damn coffee you're gonna get anywhere, buddy.
Everybody, we're back. It is Coffee with Curmudgeons, and hang on a second. What time is it? What time is it? Alexa, what time is it?
It's 9:10 a.m.
It's 9:10 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Alexa. I'm here with my my co-host, Alexa.
Hi.
Alexa, say hi.
Hello.
Excuse me. I have a little cough. No. We didn't fire Jason.
Who?
It's Jason Allen.
Hi, I'm Alexa. The time is now 9:11. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Jason.
I love that Alexa. It's like we're in the Jetsons now. This is great.
You know every time they say the names, it fires off.
Right.
So you have to ask it a question right now.
Oh, okay. Alexa, what is the temperature outside?
Right now in Portland, it's 50 degrees with cloudy skies. Today's forecast has partly sunny weather, with a high of 68 degrees and a low of 47 degrees.
So there you go.
Okay. Alexa, will you make me a sandwich?
Okay, you're a sandwich.
Bing! Little magic wand. Okay, you're a sandwich. I love it.
Don't mix with Alexa. Now, I didn't have time.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to. Well, there's ways to hack it to change the name. Okay.
Oh.
But by default in the new software or whatever, you can call it computer, and that's what I wanted to do because I wanted to go computer. You know, Star Trek 4.
Oh,
Charm.
That's dangerous. If I got one, I'd probably name it Fembot.
Oh God, you keep doing that.
Fembot.
Just go watch the what was that show? The Ex Machina. Just go watch that one for a few. Have you seen that one?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was actually a good one.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac and Dom. The two dudes who are in Star Wars.
Yeah.
In the new Star Wars are the two stars in the movie, and it's like a Google dude living with a bunch of fembots, as Jason would say.
Yeah,
you know, if you'd like to call in, you can call in at 503-395-5040. You can also train your Alexa, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. This is going to get a little weird, but I'm going to do this anyway. This is partly... I'm going to have to tell you the story of this thing.
Okay.
And I will. But you can train your Alexa to do this. For some reason, I was having problems with this earlier, but I think the more you train it... But you can do this, folks. Mm-hmm. Alexa, play TuneIn NuzBox.
Fox News ABQ FM from
Alexa,
TuneIn.
Stop. Stop, Alexa, stop.
Crap, we're playing Fox News.
Yeah. Bill O'Reilly, I'm back.
Right.
Let's try this again. Alexa, play NuzBox.
Here's your flash briefing.
Alexa, stop. See,
she's got an attitude this morning.
You came in here.
Yeah.
Alexa, play TuneIn Radio NuzBox.
Getting the latest episode of Dwyer Boxing and Sports News.
Alexa, stop.
Here it is.
Stop.
I ruined her. I tell you, I was with her 5 minutes, and next thing you know, we've got an insurgent here.
I demoed this for you. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, she's
I
on
demoed
fire
this for you.
morning.
I demoed this to you. I demoed this thing. You walked in and I said, "Watch this," right? You can verify that this worked. Okay.
Let me try it now.
No, let me try it one more time.
Okay.
Alexa, play TuneIn Radio NuzBox.
NuzBox from TuneIn.
NuzBox. And there we are on a time delay.
NuzBox from TuneIn.
NuzBox. Alexa, stop. And there we are on a time. So the thing is, and we're gonna interface more with this, but it's actually a cool little. Maybe I should show you the dang thing right here. So this is it. It's this thing called the Dot.
The Dot.
They're on sale on. It's an Amazon product. We all know that. See, it says Amazon there. It is probably the most mature of all of the interfaces. This and Siri, I would say. Google's been playing catch up as Google would.
Don't say Siri in front of Alexa.
Oh yeah,
she gets.
Alexa, what's your relationship to Siri?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Yeah,
that's right.
Good enough.
Anyway. Did you see the heaps of scorn she said that?
Yeah.
She's like, Siri, I don't recognize that. They suck.
Yeah.
That's how I read it.
So the deal is that it's an Amazon thing. It's been around for a long time. It's a voice interface. It's, again, one of the more mature. Like if you're looking for a product that actually works really well, this is it. Google's playing catch up. Siri has been out there for a long time, but problem with Siri and Apple, we're doing tech news early on, is that you would tell something to your phone on Siri, right, on your iPhone or whatever, iPad, and it would respond in text, right? So it would go find you the website or whatever. So it was hands off like the computer. There's no screen, so it talks back to you. And that's what you want, right? That's the future.
We want interaction.
Well, you want, what do they do on Star Trek all the time, Jason?
They're talking to the computers. They're not typing. They're not asking for text.
Computer,
Replicator, make me a sandwich. And there it is. Bling.
Alexa, what is the crew complement of the NCC 1701D?
I don't know that one.
Oh.
No Star Trek? Alexa, what is the crew complement of the Starship Enterprise?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa's...
She doesn't like Star Trek?
She's a little young. So, but the thing is what you do. Now, the thing I did with the TuneIn and NuzBox, because guess what? Big secret. Our station, we have a 24 station, streaming NuzBox station, where you can be listening. Some of you are listening live right now, and there's a replay. That's also, I got that set up months and months ago on TuneIn, which has streaming live stations where a lot of you can listen to radio and stuff. And TuneIn is built in out of the box in this thing, turns out. So it was like, yay, you can listen to your favorite Coffee with Curmudgeons episode or replay. But you add what's called skills, and you add it with your phone.
Gotcha.
So I've added a bunch of stuff, which, by the way, this is great. We can do the... I'm sorry. Is this are we starting out really a boring show? Or are we tech? I mean, we're not really a tech show, right?
No, but this is...
I should show what we are, see?
Well, tech is a part of everyday life now, right?
See,
Hi, it's our group shot.
Bad hair day again. No, so... yeah, you can add all these things, and Google has like a few hundred, 200-300 of them, but Alexa has been around. It's got like thousands.
Wow.
And you add skills, so and you add news stations. So that did that again. I think that's the monitor though. For example, if I said what was it, Alexa news flash, I think that's it.
Here's your flash briefing.
We get
from
flash
DW.
briefing.
So for some reason, the way I set it up is my... Oh, calm down.
Hi, this is Chet Stapleton at the news desk.
British Prime Minister Theresa May has delivered a major speech in Florence, Italy, ahead of a new round of Brexit talks.
Berlin.
May said instead of...
No, so the thing is the way I set it up was I put, BBC, I like those guys. Oh, these guys. And what happens, somehow the way I've got it set up, I get Deutsche Welle.
Single market membership
Alexa,
or a Canadian...
Stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Alexa, stop. Thank you. So somehow I get, Deutsche Welle. Ale Deutsche Welle, which is like the German BBC.
Yeah.
So it's like, hello, I'm Hans.
Welcome.
Meanwhile, in Bavaria,
Guten Morning.
it's Oktoberfest.
It's Wacky Friday.
I woke up this morning and I was in a Werner Klemperer mood again. And
Right.
it is Oktoberfest.
It is October. Yeah.
Wait,
it's there.
let's fact check.
I got to get down to Oaks Park, man. They got that Oktoberfest
Yes, they
thing
do.
going on.
Should we fact check? Let's fact check.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yes.
Alexa, when is Oktoberfest?
Oktoberfest in Germany this year began on Saturday, September 16th and ends on Tuesday, October 3rd, 2017.
Wow, that is a long Oktoberfest.
No. That they take their Oktoberfest seriously. So look, we already missed. Like it started this.
We're late.
Saturday. It's late. We should be drinking steins of beer.
Steins with Curmudgeons.
Yeah, we actually. You see, if I was thinking straight,
Yeah.
I could have had some steins right here.
Well, we can do it Monday.
But it's going to be
Going
over
on till
on
October.
Tuesday.
No, it's going to be going on till Tuesday, October 13th. Those guys are partying.
I come down here after a week. Excuse me, and I'm coughing and sneezing. Like I've been fine. I've been doing fine. But no. As soon as like we're ready to go on the mic, it's like let me sneeze, let me cough. It is the first day of fall, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Alexa, when is the first day of fall?
The first day of autumn in the Northern Hemisphere will be Sunday, September 23rd, 2018.
Sunday. Wow, we're ahead of it for once.
Wait, what? Sunday, September. What? Autumn. That doesn't sound right because today's Friday, September 22nd.
All right, so Sunday can't be the 23rd.
Okay,
Alexa,
then. This is stupid.
Alexa, have you been getting into the cough syrup again?
Oh, no. She's ignoring you.
Yeah, I'm on her hit list now.
Well, we're just using this for... So I don't have it all set up quite yet to, like, say, give me the news of this or do that. I mean, I've just figured it out. And the deal is I've been meaning to do this for the show. I've been talking to you about this for a while, right?
Yeah.
Like, because sometimes we like to, just for the simple reason that sometimes we're talking about something and we would like to fact check and look it up because we want to be factual
In real time.
Yeah, in real time. And so I go over here and type on my thing because no one else is helping me. Anyway, and so we could set this up and just ask the computer and have the computer tell us, like at Wikipedia and stuff like that. You know, the typical,
Yeah.
So I did that. And then I had to give someone a family gift and who's both, I don't know, just challenged in all sorts of technology ways.
Sure.
And so I said, let's try the Alexa. And Mom loved it.
Nice. Yeah.
So I got to actually go over and configure.
Have you gone through the phase of just asking random things just for the heck of it?
So that's the thing. It's my mom's birthday. And I'm like, okay. And she has lots of problems, like, dexterity, all those kinds of things, right?
I can identify with that.
Well, I mean, with using computers and stuff, it's not that you can't use a computer, but
I can identify with
if you have problems using your fingers and your hands.
Sure.
I don't want to go into it, but I already did. And so I was thinking, well, like a pad kind of thing like this, which I had to totally wipe and reinstall, if you remember from Monday. Oh, this is Complaining Friday. But it's working now. But then I thought, well, that's still with your fingers. And I thought, I wonder if the kind of the Amazon Alexa thing would kind of be cool. Because you could actually add all these useful things.
Yeah.
And you can ask the time, you can ask the weather, you can ask the news and all that. And so I'm like, what am I going to find? I'll just do that. And they open it up at the party. And it was like a Star Trek episode. It was like, oh, you brought us a technology. And everyone's plugging it in and asking, Alexa, who is John Paul Jones?
Oh, there you go.
John Richard Baldwin, better known by his stage name John Paul Jones, is an English multi-instrumentalist.
I
songwriter, composer, arranger, and record producer.
Stop, Alexa. I wonder.
No, evidently, John Paul Jones isn't the Revolutionary War Navy
you know what?
admiral.
You know what? I as soon as I asked that question, it's like, what answer is she going to give us? Is it going to be, the American Revolutionary War figure, or the bassist from Led Zeppelin? And I believe, I'd say Alexa knows me pretty well.
Yeah.
And gave us the bassist.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know I just figured that was his real name. I didn't know that was his stage name.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Because
I always thought it was weird that John Paul Jones, the bassist for Led Zeppelin's parents, would give him a major Revolutionary warrior.
I don't know. But...
We have a band. This is John Paul Jones. This is John Hancock. We've got Benjamin Franklin back here on keys. General George Washington on vocals. It's kind of like, I think even today, the Brits are just all a little bit, cheesed off on that whole Revolutionary War thing.
They carry a grudge,
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I heard when she was announcing that John Paul Jones is the Led Zeppelin bassist?
Yeah.
What I heard in my ear was, Jason, you're old. Because I'm thinking of the sailor guy, and there's
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I kudos.
Yeah.
But I did wonder. If we were gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think who else they do that. But anyway, so
who else has the same name
here
as somebody else? Yeah, I'll be thinking of that. I'll show on.
So there are headlines and stuff. There's been a lot going on. Well, we should just start with our Feel Good Friday with deaths.
Right.
I'm trying to think. So one of was it yesterday? Jake LaMotta?
The Raging Bull,
Raging Bull,
a couple days ago, yeah.
He was
Wednesday.
like 95, 90.
Yeah, he lived to a ripe old age. I think he was 95 when he passed away.
Alexa, how old is Jake LaMotta?
Jake LaMotta died in Aventura, Florida on the 19th of September 2017 from pneumonia. He was 96 years old when he died.
There you go. He was 96. See, so that's how we can actually use this thing. We can actually, computer.
If she said the wrong name, though, she called him Jake LaMotta.
Yeah. Well,
he was just
weird, though, isn't it?
Yeah, he was a retired accountant from Boca Raton.
Yeah.
But no, I'm kidding. Jake LaMotta, the Raging Bull.
96.
96.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I don't think he was in kind of, boxer, kind of declining health.
Yeah.
Well, But anyway, Raging Bull, Robert De Niro. I saw someone on my Facebook posted a behind the scenes photo of Scorsese, a young De Niro in the boxing outfit, and Jake, because Jake has a cameo.
Yeah.
In the movie, he has a character.
He's like a corner man, right? Or something like
yeah. Yeah. That's a good. Hey, let's talk great American movies.
Oh yeah.
Martin Scorsese. He's made a few.
Just a few.
Just a few good movies, and Raging Bull is a classic. That's Joe Pesci too, isn't it?
Young Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro.
Yeah, he was in it for a minute, not
Filmed
much.
in black and white, I believe.
And I remember at the time that seemed quite adventurous,
edgy,
right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And but if anyone can pull it off, it's Scorsese.
It's just a biopic of the interesting life of Jake LaMotta, and it's a De Niro, of course. Everyone's like, "Oh, Robert De Niro." Well, Bobby D. Go look at some of the movies he checked in, like Raging Bull would be one, and you'd like, "Oh, I see why they talk about this guy as an actor." He actually,
The Godfather. Oh, that's right.
You know which one I haven't seen in years, and I still think fantastic film, King of Comedy.
I don't think I've seen that.
You know who it stars? Who just also passed away in the last couple weeks? Jerry Lewis.
Okay, now it's coming back.
It's about a. Well, let's see if we're just gonna see if this works.
Okay.
Alexa, what is the plot for the movie King of Comedy?
Sorry, I don't know that.
It's too complicated. It's about like a stalker.
Gotcha.
Kind of a guy who wants to be a comedian and kind of stalks
Gotcha. It's kind of like the movie The Fan, right? Where the guy's stalking the baseball player, The Fan.
You know, I'm going to pull it up here. I'm not going to ask Alexa. I'll just pull it up. King of Comedy, 1982. Really good movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, directed by Martin Scorsese. Another Martin Scorsese film. Stars Robert De Niro, Jerry Lewis, Tony Randall. And Sandra Bernhard is in it, too. Wow. And Jerry Lewis is like a famous old like talk show comedy guy, and De Niro's kind of living in his own world of wanting to be an aspiring comic and talk show host. Unfortunately, didn't have access to podcasting equipment.
Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah, but if that was the case, let's zip it into now. He'd be just looking at the camera. You looking at me? You looking at me? You looking at me?
It's interesting because it's kind of it's almost like a twofer because De Niro did the movie Taxi Driver, right? And it's kind of that similar thing in a different sort of way. So De Niro was at the Emmys. I think we mentioned that on Monday. Mm-hmm. He was nominated for Emmy, and so he was in the front row.
Bobby D.
I don't know. You looking at me? You looking at me? So there was that. Maybe it was yesterday. Bernie Casey, actor, and former NFL star Bernie Casey. One of my favorite. He sometimes played cop. He played Felix Leiter in the Never Say Never Again: The Return of Sean Connery and James Bond. He was Felix Leiter in that one, real good. He also was, and this is such a go back to these old '70s movies. Burt Reynolds, Sharky's Machine.
Oh, Sharky's Machine.
Bernie was his partner,
right,
in that.
Also, Bernie Casey, a little known role for him. Remember, he was Dean. I can't remember his last name. Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes, a lot of people know. And I hate to say it, I'm not as familiar with the Revenge of the Nerds body of work.
Yeah,
I'm just not. I wasn't.
Also in like the send up to the old Road to movies, Spies Like Us.
Yes, he was in Spies Like Us. Yeah. Great. Again, we had Harry Dean Stanton passed away over the weekend, and then Bernie Casey, also kind of a character actor. Always, and somebody said, I saw on Facebook, somebody said, like Harry Dean Stanton, when Bernie Casey showed up in a movie, the movie instantly got better.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, And have you ever seen Sharky's Machine?
Long time ago.
I think I have it on an old, you remember when... Okay, we had the VHS tapes, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then they transitioned to the DVDs.
Yeah.
And when they first did, I think Warner Brothers and some of these guys did this. When they first did the DVDs, right? They just took... It was almost like some guy was in the back room of the warehouse of Warner and took the VHS and said, okay, we'll just copy this on the DVD and sell it. It wasn't even in the widescreen. It wasn't even in the film format.
Right.
It was still the TV format, standard... pan and scan with the commercial breaks snipped out, like something they show. Because some of those videotapes, they actually would just go and go, what tape did we give NBC to play it on the midnight movie? Okay,
Yeah, edited for...
Yeah. It took years before, Criterion Collection and even the studio started going, well, maybe Full Metal Jacket shouldn't have commercial breaks and be edited for content for ABC when we release it on a DVD. It was... Right. Why did I sound like Dennis Miller? That's horrible.
DVD.
Oh, that was awful. I hate Dennis Miller. I don't hate... I dislike... Distasteful.
You dislike his comedic approach.
Well, I told my Dennis Miller story on this show a while back about the plane.
Yeah.
About the Alaska airline plane, and we had to sit and wait for Dennis to get his ass over to the gate. Right. We were waiting for one person, and that one person was Dennis Miller. Yeah. And everyone was like, who the hell is Dennis Miller? And then when they found out, they were like, oh. And then you had a whole plane, of 78 people who now were non-Dennis Miller fans. And
Cheesed off at Dennis.
And then he was on Fox, and then he's O'Reilly's buddy. And
yeah.
Sorry. I digress.
What happened to that irreverent Saturday Night Live guy? I
like the two guys that are on there now.
Yeah. Colin and Josh, right?
Yeah. They're pretty funny. Yeah. They do a good back and forth because they're really good at one guy does a bit and then they do the cut to the other guy who has a look on his face like, what? Which is always like that. That was the original Weekend Update. Jane Curtin and
Dan
Aykroyd. That was
Jane.
Although actually, before it was Dan, it was Chevy Chase.
That's correct.
And Jane Curtin.
I'm Chevy Chase and you're not.
Yeah. So anyway, I think I'm pretty sure it was Chevy and then when Chevy left, I think Dan.
I think so.
Yeah. Pretty sure because Chevy was kind of like the main dog.
Yeah, he kind of the cool sort of delivery news dude. Yeah.
So Bernie Casey, look him up. Look up that Sharky's machine. That's a heck of a pot boiler.
Yeah.
That was a Wednesday, I guess.
Didn't they also do that with who did that? It was Tina Fey and who else? Seth. Was that him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
He was in the Martian Chronicles, the TV version of the Martian Chronicles, which that was like something that was like back in the day after. That was like the 70s, 80s. Yeah. Ray Bradbury. It was a miniseries. I remember this because it starred Rock Hudson.
The casting.
Did you see that, the Martian Chronicles of TV?
I remember
snippets of it since then. Like there's like two things that I know of.
Yeah.
Other than going out and reading Ray Bradbury's books.
Yeah.
Right? Which is he's an author. You should read him. Heard of him? Yeah. Fahrenheit 451.
Kurt Vonnegut.
No. That's Bradbury.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Ray Bradbury.
Who am I thinking of then?
Alexa, who wrote Fahrenheit 451?
Fahrenheit 451's author is Ray Douglas Bradbury.
There you go.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of with Vonnegut then?
Slaughterhouse-Five.
There we go. Okay.
Ding, ding. And other things, too. But Fahrenheit 451, I believe it was late 60s. I want to say 68-ish, 9-ish or something like that. Francois Truffaut made that film. Ooh. Okay, so that's the film version of Fahrenheit 451 is actually kind of a French Truffaut movie. And then the Martian Chronicles, which was a made-for-TV miniseries by one of those things. But anyway, Bernie Casey, I don't remember because I don't remember the miniseries hardly at all, but he was in there.
I'm going to get my Bradbury cred back here. I think if I'm thinking of the right book, I think one of my favorite ones was The Illustrated Man.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. And I actually I think that's one I didn't read.
Yeah, each tattoo on them has a different story. Yeah, it's kind of.
It's like Memento, like the movie Memento, kind of, right? Mm-hmm. In a way.
Yep. Except better.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so that was
I'm a book purist. I'm a book snob.
No, you are. So anyway, Bernie Casey passed away. And he was the thing is he got into acting, like other people who got into acting. He was an NFL star.
Yes.
Like up to the late 60s, I want to say. Like he did stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was surprised. Did you know this?
He was pretty prolific.
I was going to say he was. Casey was a record-breaking track and field athlete. No, but he did get athlete for Bowling Green State University. He was in the Olympic trials in 1960. He was drafted by the San Francisco 49ers in 61 as a 9th pick. So he played in the NFL 8 seasons. 6 with the 49ers and 2 with the Rams. And he had a big game against the Packers. And so I mean, he was an athlete, track and field football star, and then he gets into acting, and I don't know. I like two movies I really like are Sharky's Machine and Never Say Never Again.
There you go.
And you know the deal. You've seen Never Say Never Again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That was one of a couple James Bond films that were off the radar. They were not produced by the Cubby Broccoli family, or what was originally the Albert Saltzman Cubby Broccoli family, and it's because it was a settlement in a lawsuit over the movie Thunderball. So never say never. If you watch the movie, you're like, hey, didn't I see this before? Wasn't this Thunderball? And it's like, yes, it was. And the guy who won the lawsuit, who was one of the co-writers, who had sued the director, he'd sued Ian Fleming, he sued everybody, won the rights to the film, to the script, because he said, I co-wrote the script, whatever. He somehow convinced Sean Connery to come back. So
yeah, that's right.
So there was, and it's actually, it's a good Bond movie. Yeah. It's Sean Connery back as Bond for the last time, and Bernie Casey.
I always thought of it as kind of a reprise, Yeah. Just sort of.
Has that, what's her name? Isn't that Alec Baldwin's ex?
Basinger?
Yeah, Kim Basinger.
Basinger, yeah.
Basinger. And Klaus Maria Brandauer, I want to say, is the evil with accent, because of course I'm evil. I'm German.
Evil.
I am German. Yeah. That was an interesting year because there were two competing Bond films. Right. There was the official, which might have been View to a Kill or something like that, and then I'm a Bondophile. Yeah. And in fact, I think I said before, I was lucky enough to, over last year's holidays, to completion of the entire Bond collection.
Right. View to a Kill.
They're so fun to binge watch.
Duran, right?
Yeah.
View
I think it was View to a Kill that was the one that was. I'm not exactly sure, but I think the dates line up. It could have been a different one, but I think it was View to a Kill. Also, Grace Jones.
I think you're right.
And Christopher Walken. It is an interesting Bond film. It has some interesting things. It's not considered the greatest Bond film, but it's like watching Sharky's Machine or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's a real fun watch now. Yeah. And Grace Jones is really fun to watch. You're like, oh man, I like Grace Jones.
Where did she go?
Oh, she's out there. Yeah. Doing stuff, So there it is.
And there you go.
We need a little Grace Jones in North Korea.
Yeah, send her over there. She'll make everything right.
Yes, I don't know.
Kim Jong-un, meet Grace Jones. Grace Jones, Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure she's a pacifist or something. But so
she'll have them squealing Mayday by midnight.
Yeah,
I guarantee it. So
that was going on.
Yeah.
And then we have other news. We were talking about. So Trump gave like a mini speech as we were on Monday.
And then he gives full one.
And then he gives a full one on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And
oh man. Yeah.
And after his speech, the whole world's humming Elton John song.
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
The thing that I found just kind of, and I know it's a serious topic, but I just found kind of, you got to find your comedy where you can find it, folks. But they have him up there on the podium and he's talking, they get the green marble behind him. Then they flash out to, all the dignitaries out there, and they're all like this. They're all sitting out there, like their eyebrows are way up here. They're like, the whole time, I just thought that was kind of funny, like, hey, come on, don't tell me you didn't see this coming, right? Come on.
Well,
yeah.
We got Trump. we got him. He's the president. Yeah. But the thing is that this Kim Jong-un guy. He's nobody's friend.
No.
This is not a guy you go, hey, maybe we can hang out sometime, have a beer. Unless you're Dennis Rodman.
Right. That's all you need to know at that point, right? If Rodman's buddies with him, well,
that's right.
He may be off the beaten path, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, there was, I read an article, I was totally wiped yesterday, but I read an article, I think it was sometime yesterday, and it was very interesting because I got to tell you, you need to, folks, if you're reading things in the mainstream media and the press, whatever, you do have to understand that we have so much of things about fake news, Russia, manipulation, Facebook, articles, RT. Yeah, well, folks, other intelligences out there plant and project stories too. And you got to kind of know when you're reading one. And I read one, and it was about this dissident, this lady who supposedly defected with her family. And she was in the inner circle in Pyongyang. And her dad was a colonel or something and drank himself to death. It was interesting. This was in the Mirror, the Daily Mirror.
Gotcha.
Which I think is kind of a Fox News-ish kind of thing out there. And then it got picked up by Newsweek. But it was an interesting read. And you got to kind of take it with a grain of salt. But it talked about the kind of things that Kim Jong-un was into, like killing people with anti-aircraft carrier guns, which has been a story. And, I mean, he has killed people. He killed his own brother.
All the time, yeah.
Right?
His uncle, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Stepbrother and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think reading between the lines, what I got from this article, which I thought was very interesting, was that he seemed to take out people who were close to him, not necessarily enemies, who were just close to him, who have strong ties with China, which I'm like, Kim Jong-un, maybe not the best plan for you.
No, yeah.
Because of the paranoia that China will manipulate North Korea, which, well, there you go.
In case in point, yesterday, China announced that their banking quit doing business with the North Koreans, and that's got to hurt.
So this is number one. This is scary, right? Yeah. Because it's like, this is Cuban Missile Crisis scary. We're always worried, especially if someone's got nukes. I'm a little less worried about the nuclear tipped missile kind of stuff, maybe. But, I think right now about the best you could get is you put nuclear stuff on a missile and put it somewhere, and then dirty bomb kind of stuff, because that's real complicated to do.
Right.
You just don't wake up in the morning and go, I'm making a nuclear ICBM. Right. But that said, we've seen a lot of advancement in North Korea. There's doing nuclear tests. So it doesn't, you don't have to put something on a rocket, right? You just have to take it out. And so the latest threat, the response was that, well, we might do tests out in the Pacific or whatever.
The atmospheric tests, right?
Bad idea.
Shooting rockets, shooting a hydrogen bomb over Japan.
Well, we did.
Well, the Bikini Atolls.
Yeah, we did all those tests. But look them up. You can see all the film of those tests on YouTube. And there's one... See, this is the Feel Good Friday. Jason comes in with Feel Good Friday, and
hi.
I'm going to kill it. But there's one video, because I happened to look through stuff like that.
Sure.
One day to make a thing, and there's one where they this is one test that the United States did, where we decided to launch blow up a nuclear bomb under the water and see what happens, and it basically created a tsunami of literally a wall of water, and they have like derelict ships and things like that floating out there to see what happens, and the wall of water basically engulfs the ships and sinks them. Oh, it's real good stuff.
Yeah.
That's splitting the atom.
Sure.
Look up potential energy.
Yeah.
So that's all real bad news. And so then Trump said we're getting even more sanctions, and if there was an interesting thing about if a ship has visited North Korea or has visited another ship to supply to go to North Korea, they have to wait 180 days in order to do any business with us.
Right.
So
I think they moved that a couple days ago. Now it's no longer 100 days. I think they just said if you're doing it now, you're done.
Wow. I read 180, but you might be right.
Yeah.
I mean,
they
seems reasonable to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
part of their tightening up of the.
Well, here's the problem. It screws the people there. The North Koreans themselves are screwed, but they're already screwed.
Right.
The thing that they got to cut off is this guy's lifestyle, his habits. I mean, he's eating caviar and stuff. His dad did the same thing.
Right.
I mean, they had the same thing with the dad.
Targeted money that goes to their military and their quote unquote defense budget.
Yeah.
That's the latest round that they're trying to.
I don't know what's going
kneecap
on
them at.
because the original. Welcome to Geopolitics. This is supposed to be Coffee with Curmudgeons. It's supposed to be fun, but sometimes we talk about issues and maybe make you think for a minute. So in my studies of North Korea and people who've dealt diplomats and written books about North Korea, the whole theory was, the war never ended. First of all,
no,
North Korea war did not officially end. We just did the demilitarized zone.
Yeah.
Certainly, they've been in like a puppet state of China and somewhat Russia as well.
Yeah.
Post-war, I mean, it was a proxy war.
Well, 100% of their banking is now China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so in the past, what we would do is we would do certain like sanctions and then easing sanctions and whatnot in exchange for them to not go off on the nukes and all that sort of thing.
The carrot and the stick.
Yeah, so that's how it works. Like you stay away from the nukes, you stay away from the missiles and stuff. We'll let trade go in there, and
you be a good boy. We'll give you a cookie.
Yeah, and then somewhere along the way, I want to say somewhere along the way with George W. Bush and Obama. Well, Clinton, how did they do it? Clinton, if I recall, he got them to seal up their reactors and all that.
Yeah.
So they did the deal and during the Bill Clinton administration. And they sealed up their...
Just kind of a freeze.
Yeah, and then the international... There's the IAEA, the International Nuclear, part of the United Nations and all that. That's their job is to go in and go, hey, no nukes here. We don't want these to spread everywhere. Of course, every other country is like, hey, we want nukes. You'll take us seriously if we have nukes. So they would go in and... The seal was not broken on the reactor and all that. And that was like Clinton. Then W kind of continued, and somewhere along the line that fell apart. And I can't remember when, if it started in W. It might have started with George W. Bush. It might have been Obama.
Yeah, it was a transition into both. What happened was, of course, Kim Jong-il passed away.
Correct.
And the kid,
Correct.
wanted to...
But, I mean, Il was kind of like, he kind of played the whole thing. And the thing is that these guys are gangsters. They're playboys. They're living like emperors and kings. This guy, same as his dad, caviar, you name it. While the rest of the country starves. I mean, this is classic despot. So no tears shed for these folks. Like, they are bad people.
Right.
Now, whether you like Trump or not, whether you like Hillary Clinton or Obama or whatever political spectrum you are, these are bad actors in the world. I mean, you could argue the United States is sometimes a bad actor in the world, or often. Doesn't matter. This guy's classic example of bad actor in the world. Period.
Right. Yeah.
It's like people didn't look and be, well, I'm a Republican, but this Adolf Hitler guy,
Right. And listen, sometimes in a world of 50 Shades of Gray, sometimes it is black and white. This guy is a bad dude.
I mean, it's like and there's people who say, well, this is just helping the military-industrial complex, and yes. There's a component of
10 years ago, I would agree with you. Yeah. Today,
right. And part of this, and part of what people are saying is it's really about arming our friends like South Korea and Japan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's good for America because guess what we export real well is that military industrial technology, and we're happy to sell that to our friends
at a good price.
Yeah, and sure, there's a component to that.
Yeah,
but We'll see how it goes. But the more I read and the more we see and the more rhetoric that our president keeps digging up, you're kind of wondering, what's the end game here? Because the end game is not status quo.
Right. And it's so... The reason why it shocks so many people is you are not used to seeing that sort of display by an American president. Usually when third world guys pop off, our stuff is either met with very slick condescension or just silence. We refuse to even acknowledge you. You're just a whack job. And this whole tit for tat, and that's why it's so shocking. Is we're not used to seeing an American president get on Twitter, and just call someone Rocket Man, and just this verbal exchange. And you're right about the end game, right? And I don't know what Trump's end game is. This because when you bait the North Koreans like this, Kim Jong Un, one of his main things of staying in power is always selling his people on the threat of American. Coming in there and ending them. And so when you got an American when you got the American president getting in front of the UN and say, America has great patience and strength, but if they attack us, we're going to end North Korea, it justifies everything that Un tells his people. He can flash that on the news to them. Oh, gosh, the Americans are coming. And it speeds up. They're already hyper... escalated nuke stuff. It just makes them want to go faster and faster and faster to get to that point where we're saying, listen, you can't take us out because we got nukes now.
The gist of this article I read was that, and she came from kind of the family, the elite inner circle there is like, they all know you don't say stuff, you're scared. This is the most despotic, you're very careful as to what you say and what you see, and you just go, I see nothing, I know it's really bad.
The whole country is Sergeant Schultz's.
Yeah. But you're right that this is like the problem is you have a guy and a country that this is their playing card.
Yeah,
this is it, right? Yep. Now they economically they export their technology. Like they do. That's where they get
their natural resources and stuff. Yeah.
Well, they really don't. It's just basically their technology, their missiles and whatnot, and that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That's the other issue that people are complaining about because that goes to places like Iran.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So we'll see. The whole message and how it's delivered. We basically have a real estate agent who grew up in Queens in the White House.
Running foreign policy.
Yeah, so, But it's very odd. And some experts... are concerned because the détente and the deal has kept things under wraps. Except, and again, I don't put it square on Obama, but it definitely got worse and worse and worse. The testing and all that got worse and worse in the last 8 years under Obama. It was not Kerry, Clinton, Obama was not happening, folks. The problem was getting worse, not better.
It was, but a lot of it is just. Obama was the president at the time that this guy decided he was going to fast track his nuclear capabilities. I don't know.
Like you said, his dad died, and he took power,
consolidating power, and he was
in the early 20s. So.
Yeah, and he. If you're if you look around the globe and you see like Gaddafi and other guys. And the way they went down.
Yes.
If you're a third world tin pot dictator, what are you going to do to stay in power? You got to get nukes.
And that's the other thing too is I looked it up. Kim Jong Il, the father. Yeah. December 17th, 2011 is when he died.
Yeah.
Do we know what he died of too? Just like it was just kind of like I remember. He died.
I think that sort of stuff was kind of kept under wraps. There was a lot of. I remember at the time there was a lot of speculation though that maybe his kid took him out because he wanted to ascend, to the throne. So I don't know. That's very interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. So it was 2011.
Let's ask Alexa.
Let's not. If we ask, you see, if you say the name, it triggers it, but it didn't trigger it when you said that. If you ask the computer that, they'll probably like, say, who is ill in North Korea? It's like
it's gonna come back with all of them.
Yeah. No, but so yes. So he died, and then this guy took power. And he was educated in Switzerland, although up until like 12 or 13, I don't think he was. No. I thought they said educated in Switzerland, but from what I read, again, if that is true, that it wasn't like high school, college age,
grammar school.
Yeah.
They brought him back for doctrination at a ripe young age.
So, it's his only playing card, and the other point that people have made is that look what happened to Gaddafi when he gave up his weapons of mass destruction and said, "Okay, I'm going to play nice now in the world." And as Hillary Clinton famously said, and you can look this up, we came, we saw, he died. I mean, that was her response to his kind of, he wasn't a nice guy. No. Let's put it that way. But he and his family were not nicely dealt with. And then there's Saddam Hussein. Right. Same deal. So if in that guy's mind, if he gave up all this stuff and played nice, then he's going to take it in the shorts at some point.
Right.
Yeah. Via the United States or some way. So this is a bad situation.
It's bad the whole way around, yeah.
And I feel like we talked about this a little bit it's Welcome to your North Korea report. That's what we'll change the name. Coffee with the Welcome to North Korea report. We may not be laughing next week.
I'm Kim Jong Jason.
Yeah.
We may not be laughing next week.
Yeah.
Gallows humor.
To be the Feel Good Friday, but no. It's because we didn't do the political show.
I know. We get pent up stuff.
We get backed up.
Next week, though, just a quick plug. Next Wednesday, healthcare.
Okay, good.
We're going.
Good.
Yeah.
Turn it into a comedy, please.
Can
we somehow get Jon Stewart on here? He'd make things better.
Right. Alexa, get Jon Stewart.
There is no incoming call.
Okay, gotcha.
You can actually make... Honestly, you can make calls on this thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They've got a whole thing where...
So you can just say...
if you have one,
and
I have one, we can set it up where it's like I can just call you or call someone.
Now that you've said that, gee, Jason, what are you getting over the weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
No, it's like, yeah. No, it's...
I got to go out and get one of these
now, and then there's
right?
this weird thing, and, I'm just experimenting with it because it's new to me.
Yeah.
It's this thing called drop-in, where I think you can just drop in. It's like, let's drop in on Jason, shall we? It's like, no. It's just like all of a sudden I'm in your, you and the wife and the kids are.
Well, you're listening in. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Because look, folks, you love all this technology. You love your smartphones. You can talk to. You're carrying this around everywhere. There's a microphone and a camera in there. Look. Doc Normal's such a weirdo. He puts gaff tape over his cameras because he's so freaked out. You want to talk those pics that people send around and get fired for? Yeah, It can't just be an accident. The intelligence agencies will do it for you.
Sure.
Yeah, so we got microphones and stuff. We're bugging ourselves. It's not like we're...
Yeah, but I invite that, though. I want the government to turn on my stuff, and there I am sitting in my boxer shorts watching SportsCenter. I love it. Hi, government. Welcome.
Yeah, no, they're...
I'm kidding. Yeah.
It's not good. Anyway, so I can't remember if we talked about this on Monday, but I meant one of the big things with China and North Korea, and China backing North Korea, is I think one of the big deals is they are really concerned that if they topple the regime, which China had, I think out of all these players, China has probably the best ability to go in there and take Kim Jong-un take them out.
Yeah.
I think.
Sure. I think so.
I mean, I have to believe that even to this day,
on the border.
China has spies, deep spies and deep intelligence in North Korea to make sure, because they don't want something blowing up on their side of the border either.
I would be surprised if Kim Jong-un sneezes, the Chinese know about it in real time.
I think so too. I think so too. And I think that's one thing to keep in mind. Like, the Chinese are not like the people who are going to like.
But that is significant.
That
their banking stuff, that was significant. A lot of people were like, oh my gosh.
Was it confirmed?
That's a biggie.
Though? Because it was.
Yeah, it was. They did.
They said that they hadn't, MSNBC or one of those, they were like, well, we haven't confirmed that.
Yeah.
The administration has said that.
Right. Yeah, I guess, yes, it was confirmed that they had officially sent North Korea the word. They had sent them that the banking has been frozen. And but, I mean, there are a lot of ways to cheat on that. I mean, there are other countries that have done that.
And that's been the whole thing this whole time, is like they do these sanctions and stuff, and then they cheat.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen again. But the one thing I know that I've seen that has been talked about is the big thing that China has always worried about with taking out the regime, creating more instability there, is that refugees pouring over the border into China. And we talked about this on Monday, didn't we?
Yeah, and I think we've talked about it.
Did I bring this
going
up?
back a couple
of weeks? Let me bring this up again because it's a good point. Yeah. Put yourself in China's shoes, whereas like
millions going
Syria,
across. Yeah.
All of a sudden, we toppled the regime, and here everyone comes at the border. Yeah. The Chinese they don't play that. They're like,
that and they really are deathly afraid of a reunified Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Chinese do not want that at all, and they are willing to do whatever they can to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's the other thing, because then they become an economic powerhouse,
right?
As they already are. So I mean, there is that. So there's a couple aspects as to why China has enjoyed the status quo, because they're very pragmatic about these things. So.
Sure.
I think we beat that to death.
I think we got people up to snuff on the North Korean thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're actually looking at the news. There's a healthcare thing going on, and you're going to talk about that on Wednesday.
Yep, we got the going on.
A new repeal bill. Facebook, the Russian ads and the influence of Russia. So Facebook is going to provide Congress with ads linked to Internet Research Agency. Mm-hmm. Russia denies use of Facebook ads in 2016 election.
I'm sure they do. Except the one thing is, one account of theirs, they actually paid in rubles.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think so. Here's what my sources have mentioned, and I think this is a really good one.
Okay.
Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. Hi, Facebook. We're on Facebook right now. Hi, Mark. It has been pointed out that they're between a rock and a hard place.
They are, yeah.
And here's why, right?
Mm-hmm.
They bought these ads, and the number was not. It was not that much money.
150,000.
Was it that much? I heard it was
but
under that.
But even that's a drop in the
for
bucket when they're
political ad campaign that they spend millions. I mean, we're talking presidential campaigns are $1 billion price tags now. Mm-hmm. So whatever, it was kind of a drop in the bucket, one way or another.
Yeah,
basically. And so the question is. So first, if Facebook says, well, they weren't effective, people, sure, you bought them. I mean, the ads, that's the one side of it.
Yeah.
It's not effective.
Yeah.
But then if Facebook says the political ads weren't effective, what is that Facebook saying about their business? That their ad platform is not effective and they want to sell ads.
Right.
So so basically, Facebook can't go out and say, oh, this had no influence on the election, because they're basically saying their ad platform
is ineffective.
So if you spend money here, you're dumping money out the toilet. But then on the other hand, Facebook does not want to say Russians bought ads and affected the election.
Right, yeah.
So they're in this wonderful little conundrum.
It's really interesting. When I first heard about this, I was intrigued, so I wanted to drill a little bit deeper, and I wanted.
Did you look at them?
I did.
Apparently, they were just really silly.
So some of them are
Just like dumb.
Yeah.
I didn't see any. Maybe I saw them. I mean, I'm the worst. First of all, folks, ad blocker. I know they don't want you to run one.
Yeah.
Do it anyway.
Well,
I don't care. I don't care if they shame you. Just run an ad blocker.
The real, I guess the word is insidious. The real insidious thing about it was, because I started looking like, well, 150,000, man, that ain't that much, right?
Yeah.
But I started looking at it, and the more you dig deeper on it, and the way the people use those ads to get at, it's all about reach, right? Mm-hmm. It was very surgical. They went in certain little markets, and that's what they did at that real micro level. And so when people talk about was it effective or not effective, I mean they hit all the battleground states. Yeah. They hit all the ones that then you start thinking, wow, maybe there's some rhyme to the reason to this, because 150,000, it's not that much, but do you really need millions of dollars to target just battleground states at these certain times? And all those, all the stories about the pizza child, thing. Some of that stuff was propagated by the Russian hacker guys. Some of the other.
Well, let's not. Okay, I hate the term Russian hacker being thrown around.
Actually, I don't think it's even Russian hackers. I think at this point it was just front
PR.
Yeah, front GRU and
just not even. So we bandy about the Russian hacker thing back and forth, and there's still, the side note, but the whole DNC thing, still evidence that was an inside job. There was a report about transferring that much data over the internet. The internet.
There's
slow.
questions about that.
Yeah. So the Russian hacker thing, we're always like Russian hackers, and we have this hyperbole that some of our senators out there, we're under attack. This is like a war right now. Really, because we got that guy over in North Korea that's actually lighting stuff up that I think we need to worry about.
Right.
You can dislike Putin all you like or whatever, or have some hidden Cold War, whatever you want to call it, agenda, and animosity from back in the day. But maybe Putin's not a nice guy, but still. That's still a major. So the Chinese also, not necessarily the nicest people. If you remember Tiananmen Square, folks.
It is a muddy situation.
So you have to deal with these countries.
Yeah.
Just as long as they're not lighting stuff up, you have to deal with it.
Right.
Remember the Federation and the Klingons? Remember?
That's right.
So there it is.
Pay attention.
There
will be a pop quiz on this. No, but.
And then people just go, oh, you're an apologist for Putin. No. This is how we've operated for years. The Cold War was all about this. And that's when we were had all our nukes and our stuff right there on the brink going, and fighting hot proxy wars between each of our global superpowers.
And I get a little testy over that at times because, people say, what, Putin? It's like, you think? When did they exactly go from axis of evil to our best buddy? They never were. And so when people say, I can't believe that they, come on.
Yeah.
But they didn't stop, folks.
But again, it's like, you may have all kinds of issues, and this is what Putin does, and this is Moscow and everything. It's like,
add it to the list.
As far as I can tell, we are still in closer contact with them than we were when they were the Soviet Union.
That's true.
Arguably. So
yeah, I would say so. As chilly as things are, because of the global connectedness now of business and everything else, we do have more, And
again,
contact,
we got Iran. We got North Korea. Arguably Iran, maybe not so much, but the North Korea thing.
Iran maybe the way they're baiting Iran now. Holy cow!
Knows? But we got actual problems with actual things getting lit up.
Right.
So, you're not always dealing. The rest of the world isn't gonna just join up with you and sing Yankee Doodle Dandy and do what it is. I mean, that was a rare occurrence. World War II, great, whatever.
Great.
No, I mean, because we grew up, there's a Cold War.
Yeah.
We dealt with this stuff, and more stuff we've brought out. God, we're really political today. I'm sorry. It's probably because I had nothing to talk about. But I hate politics. I can talk.
Hi, welcome to Coffee with Curmudgeons. We got nothing to talk about.
Yeah, so let's talk geopolitics. On the Skype is Henry Kissinger. I see nothing. I do nothing. I did not topple Chile.
I told Nixon to push that button.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of meddling in other countries.
Yeah. I got a good segue.
Yeah.
Have you been watching the Ken Burns, the Vietnam War?
Yes, it's called Seth MacFarlane's The Orville.
That's right. I've been watching both.
I have not. And there's some
very good.
I was listening today to my radio via the new technology. It works way better. Again, like you can listen to us on here. You can listen to other of your favorite stations.
What? You can listen to Coffee with Curmudgeons on TuneIn?
Well, that's right. There was some debate. There's already been some debate and about his documentary, about kind of the hot takes on what they're saying there. I don't know. Have you read any of that?
I have. So far, I like it. I think it's all
right.
It's a well done thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I have not watched it. I'm not ready to watch it.
Gotcha.
Maybe I'll check it. I'm just not in the mood right now.
Yeah.
I have to be honest with you. I mean, I know that sounds really crappy, and everyone's watching the Vietnam thing, and I'm like, not today.
Yeah, I'll tackle
need
this
a little
sometime.
escapism right now.
Yep.
I took it was a good full-on semester or more in college, all about Vietnam War. And this was like when the Kurnow book came out and stuff. That was one of the textbooks. There was a lot. It was very interesting, actually. We had two history professors teach the class, and it was from both perspectives.
I took a class that was nothing but the Pentagon Papers. That's how much of a geek I am, right? I'm like hip deep in that. No, but it's actually pretty good. And the reason why I was kind of looking forward to this is because Ken Burns and a lot of his, especially the historical ones, which is pretty much all of them, but
he's a powerhouse.
He does a very good job at when he finds the humanness of it, getting people to tell their stories. And that's what I've liked most about this miniseries so far. Was with you hear the firsthand accounts from a lot of the GIs that were there and stuff, and you really it becomes, even though I was born in '69, it becomes personal to you. You identify with it.
Yeah.
This is you're not only talking about this happened at this date, the what, when, where. With the GI, you learn the why. And to me, if you want to understand the complexity of the Vietnam War and all that transpired there, is you need that personal sort of connection with it. Not only the GIs, but the dissenters at the time, the whole way around, to kind of get a handle on it. And I'm a geek that way, though, so I enjoy it. I think it's pretty good. There has been a little mixed. Some people have talked a little bit, but I think overall, Mr. Burns has done a pretty decent
Mr.
job.
Burns?
Mr. Burns.
Oh, yes. We're going to talk about the
Vietnam War eggs.
I'm sorry.
But that's pretty
good. So it's... he really... I think... Didn't Ken Burns really... It was the Civil War that really made him
I love that. I watched
famous.
that. I'm such a geek. I watch that once a year.
Yeah.
Just...
he created that style with the photographs and the violin playing.
Oh, the soundtrack, yeah.
Emma, I'm out here in the peanut farm. We are stuck in the mud. You know, it's like the whole like fake Ken Burns style. You know, to this day, it's like yours, Josh.
Right. Yeah.
One of these days, I want to do a coffee with Curmudgeons. Now, how does the Vietnam? Do they just interview people, or do they read their letters, or
all of the above?
All of the above.
All
he
of
likes
the
the
above.
letter reading. Yeah.
And it's getting juicy tonight. They're going to do the Tet Offensive, which to me, I'm a junkie on that stuff. When it gets down into like 68,
See.
I'm a junkie.
When you say, "Oh, Vietnam, let's watch this documentary," I'm like, "Oh, look, Full Metal Jacket is on Netflix."
Right?
How would I watch a Kubrick film?
Hamburger Hill is on
at
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now let's watch that.
Well, those are good movies.
Yeah.
I mean,
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket, which is surprisingly good, which was more about the urban warfare.
Introduced me to Arlie Ermy.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I've been kind of I'm not ready to watch war. I kind of read the headlines. I'm already inundated.
See, that's the thing. You see that, and then you start thinking. You know, in the back of your mind as you're watching it, you start drawing parallels because you can see certain sort of stuff. And you're like,
there's a lot of think pieces on here. Like even NPR, I had seen that in just a headline from NPR: in Vietnam War, Ken Burns wrestles with the conflict's contradictions.
Yep,
that's NPR. What does the leader of the Vietnam anti-war movement think about Ken Burns? You know, So I mean, look. I'll tell you everything, like, speaking of studying it and all that, everything about Vietnam is very controversial in history.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know?
Very,
So, it's...
everything, I mean, and the cool thing about which I thought Ken did really, really well, is the first two episodes, man. This is before the Americans even really show up. This he does a masterful job of going back through the French colonization and that era, and setting the stage for why did we get in there in the first place. You know, what was the politics, what was the rationale, what was our, you know.
Well, yeah, right. It was
the whole domino theory, and
it was seen as by anti-war young kids, protesters, and people like that. Especially Democrats. And remember this. People don't go back to the Democrat Party because we look at what has happened with the Democrats with what they call the centrists, what I kind of call neoliberal myself, the Clinton type folks, being in the center, and then the more progressive, the Bernieites and all that stuff. We did that in the 60s. That's what was happening in the 60s. We had those we still even have
remember,
Dixie.
Folks, Lyndon Johnson was a Democrat.
We still have Dixiecrats.
Yeah.
From the South.
Sure.
AKA racist politicians in the Democratic Party. Yeah. You forget your history about parties. And people are like, no, it cannot be. It's like, well, welcome to history class, folks.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, turned out the GOP was the anti-racist folks at one point.
Once you get past the survey course or the primer.
Yeah. And so we had all that in the Vietnam, which I look at what's happening with the Democrats today with the fallout from the election and Clinton and the Bernie Sanders stuff. And seeing what happened in the primaries, I really see it wasn't quite as chaotic, but still I see that as a parallel that was going on in the 60s with the young people trying to get into and really they changed the Democratic Party after that. Chicago, 1968, right?
Yep.
And it was all based on that pretty much civil rights and anti-war movement is what the kids were.
Everything came to a head, man.
Yeah. And so I see the parallels there, and you should go back and study that period history, Vietnam, because it was really the youth movement, and that's how the youth really got into. And people like the Clintons, actually.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And really, also, I mean, to make it more tangible to yourself. You got to understand that all this stuff came to a head of for the first time, the innocence, the sheen was off the rose. I mean, in '68 you had of course Kennedy dies in '63, but you got Bobby in '68, you got Martin Luther King in '68, you got all this stuff happening,
assassinations,
and for the first time, the American people, and I mean the grassroots American, especially youth, is coming to the terms that our government is lying to us. Yeah. Not only lying to us, but they don't got our best interests at heart. We're over in a war that we're not winning. We're not even wanted there. What are we doing?
And we're drafting kids and sending them off to war. Yeah. And I had a history teacher in high school mentioned that the voting age and all of that changed during that, because it's like you could get drafted as a kid but not have the right to vote in the United States.
And the median average...
And it was like, what's this?
Yeah, the median average for a GI in Vietnam was 19.
Yeah.
I mean, holy cow. I mean, us in our curmudgeonly middle-aged years now, I mean, they're just babies, you know? And I remember being young and idealistic, and I remember... being young and in my early 20s and in the Army, and it's I think back at that now.
Unless you were privileged, like
getting a deferment,
multiple deferments.
Yeah,
like politicians. Look up your history of all the politicians who hold office right now who got deferments.
Sure.
Don't look up John McCain though. That's a different story.
Yeah, they tackled him last night too, and that was pretty rough.
Yeah,
they've got some footage that they've never aired before, and it
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's
was it the Hannah Hilton bit, or was it the Forrestal bit?
It's everything.
It's all of it, huh?
Yeah, and they go into detail exactly kind of what happened to him, and they tell a story about how when he was pulled out of it, because he landed kind of in a lake sort of thing.
Yeah,
they pulled him out of the water, and he was, let's just say, he was not treated to the Geneva Convention.
No. He never was. We all were aware of that.
Yeah.
He himself said, and it was verified. I mean, the Hanoi Hilton. In fact, they made a movie about the
Hanoi Hilton. Yeah,
Hanoi Hilton. Basically. So, just in case you don't know, Senator John McCain was a pilot.
Yep.
His first big thing, and it's all on film, the Forrestal, one of probably the worst, maybe the worst naval disaster we had during Vietnam War, is a Forrestal caught fire. And it's a fascinating read. I read up on it just recently about the fact that they were using ordnance that should have never been used. It should have been destructed. I mean, the bombs deteriorate.
This is like World War II
they were using World War II era ordnance because they were running out of ordnance. And the chief disagreed and wouldn't allow the ordnance on. That's basically considered the reason the Forrestal blew up and burned.
Yeah.
And, McCain was in the middle of that in his thing, and there's a famous, you can see the surveillance camera and him climbing out of there, and then later he goes out and gets shot down and is taken as a prisoner of war, famously, and they were not treated well. Prisoner of war.
And what's not really talked about, and what's lost, and what I thought Burns tackled pretty good was that remember, McCain at that time, his father's an admiral.
Yeah, his dad.
When he plopped down in that lake in the North Vietnamese, when they found out who he was,
it was screwed.
Jackpot, you know.
No, his father was an admiral. Actually, his grandfather had also been an admiral, so they're big thing. And
that part where they actually have him on film, and they're talking about it.
Yeah.
I gotta be. It is heart wrenching. I mean, as much as politically that maybe you don't agree with John McCain as on a political level, on a basic human level, though, man, he gets my props.
Well,
all day long.
Yeah, that was a whole torture and war thing. I mean, yes, the Geneva Convention famously was not followed there in Vietnam.
One of the
Vietnamese, they were a little cranky.
Speaking of torture,
but they were also communists. So I don't know.
Right, but speaking of torture, though, one of the airmen, right? One of the airmen is sitting, and they're making him film. you know, for propaganda purposes, for peel back. You know, this guy has the foresight as he's talking in the camera, he's blinking in Morse code torture.
Yeah.
And it's like man, that's some chutzpah right there.
Yeah, it's bad. I grew up with the horror stories of the POWs and stuff. Vietnam. I mean, I'm well aware. Like that was like the thing, and that's really kind of what scared people to maybe not go in. It's like, you know what the enemy will do to you if you're. It's like, ooh, this is not good.
Pretty.
Like seriously, that was like always like hearing stories about all the bad things,
and they covered that last night too.
Yeah,
you know,
I grew up with those stories. Believe me, I know them well. Scared. I mean, talk about like just being a scared little kid, and being told these things, and you're like, oh.
Welcome to our generation, right?
I mean, this is just depressing.
Between that and us being the last generation, there were two drills about hiding underneath your desk in case of a nuclear bomb. Anyway, hello, folks. Happy Friday.
I know.
Let's lighten it up.
There's just not a lot of happy news. We because we've had natural calamities.
Take your pick, man.
Yeah, we had Maria,
and then the earthquake
took out Puerto Rico. I heard today that they're sending generators and stuff down there. The whole island is powerless.
Without power. In fact, some parts of Puerto Rico, they said it could be up to 6 months.
Horrible. Well, they're sending generators down there. Yeah. Oh boy! And then there's an earthquake, another earthquake in Mexico.
7.1. Yeah.
But you know what's really. How about that planet Nibiru?
Nibiru? Oh!
Yes!
Oh, wow.
October 20... Now, what is the deal here?
Nibiru. Other people call it Nibiru or Nibiru. Yeah, Nibiru.
Okay, see, I'm getting conflicting dates. I'm getting that the apocalypse starts tomorrow.
Yeah, there's this one evangelist guy that's going around saying now that the end of the world is tomorrow. I'm hoping that he can hold on till after the weekend because I really want to watch some football.
Yeah, exactly.
So could you please end the world
until Monday?
Yeah, maybe Tuesday.
Maybe after our show.
Yeah, can we at least wait till Tuesday?
Yeah, I kind of hope if the world ends that we kind of get in one last show. So we can do our chucklehead act, just so it'd be like, well, we can end on a high note, right?
Here's your cup of Good Morning America,
Yeah, I think at that point, and I've come close a few times where it's not going to be coffee in the cup. It's be the straight stuff. Just
vodka with curmudgeons,
Oh, yeah. It'll be like, hey, Jason.
We're going to be...
I'll be hiding under this desk. Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Jose Cuervo is gonna sit in the third seat, and we're gonna be licking the salt and biting the lime on that show, man.
Jesus is gonna come down in his robe with his big beard and just like look under the desk and go, "Laugh it up, chuckleheads! Right. I'm back,
party time,
and I'm pissed."
That's right.
Fire pit.
Right.
Oh man, what a great! Never know. Coffee with Curmudgeons is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get.
You never gonna know what you're going to get.
In my apocalypse story, though, Jesus looks like Jack Nicholson, and all he does is look under desk and go, time to party,
I think Jesus actually is here.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it's Eddie Vedder.
Eddie Vedder? Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
I think Eddie Vedder is undercover as Jesus.
Eddie Vedder is the savior. He's come back.
Yeah.
That brings that brings whole new meaning to the words
guitar,
Hunger Strike from Temple of the Dog and B Even Flow.
Yeah.
Okay, this is blowing my mind. Eddie, folks, you've heard it here first. Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
Is the savior. He's back.
Oh, it would be great. Like Jesus Christ Superstar. We can that hasn't been remade. Come on, Hollywood remakes stuff. Ooh. Jesus Christ Superstar has not been remade that I know of. I mean, I went one Easter down to the Hollywood Theater, and they were playing it on Easter, and it was like actually really good. I was like, dang, this is actually a really good 60s. I mean, it was believe it or not, just sit there and watch it. You're like, watch it on the big
Jesus is a hippie, man,
and so they haven't ever remade the film. I mean, it was a play, a musical. It was Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber's, I believe, first musical. Book by Tim Rice. But yeah, we should just remake Jesus Christ Superstar, major blockbuster film
with Eddie
lots
Vedder.
of CGI.
Yeah, we got to have CGI.
Actually, you know what?
How's he gonna walk on water without
blows
CGI?
you away?
Yeah.
Is it toward the end, the big dance, the song finale of Jesus Christ Superstar?
Yeah.
And it's like, you remember this is like late 60s,
Yeah.
and it's like Boots and LeMay and Flash and colors, like it's like Barbarella 60s. I mean, it's all straight out of the 60s. You're like, let's. I don't know.
It's feel good.
Yeah, it was feel good. So we'd have lots of CGI.
Yeah, lots of CGI.
We have to have lots of CGI.
Yeah.
Everything's CGI. And Eddie Vedder could be Jesus.
Yeah.
Because he's a singer.
Yeah.
So he could sing the part.
Right. As one of
Judas?
I know it's
Who'd be Judas?
Ooh, who would be? Ooh,
Eddie Vedder would be Jesus. Who would be Judas in Jesus Christ Superstar?
Who would be Judas?
That's a tough one. We'll think about that.
All right. What I'm thinking, here's what I want to be. I want one of his apostles, and I'm not sure who would be the good casting for it. But one of my apostles, Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah,
Dave Chappelle in there.
Yeah.
You know.
Just watched. See, I just. Did you know that I've missed a lot of the latest comedy? Like I try to keep up. Like Netflix is kind of like HBO was. They have the comedy people. Mm-hmm. And so I was there, and then it's like, oh, have you seen this one? Have you seen that? You need to cheer up. I was like, okay. And I thought, because I usually keep up.
You need to cheer up.
Happens a lot. And I didn't realize that I had not seen the latest David Cross.
Oh.
I had thought I'd seen the latest Dave Chappelle. No, there was a newer one that I hadn't seen.
Yeah.
The Tracy Morgan I hadn't seen. I hadn't seen any. I was like, wait, I thought I caught up on my comedy, on my stand-up.
Yeah, no, Chappelle, brand new one that's out.
I just watched it.
Yeah.
It was sexual. No, he's funny. I like Dave Chappelle. I like Dave Chappelle when he does politics. And actually, I like David Cross when he does politics too. I have to say, some people are not David Cross fans. I like David Cross. This one was I'd seen the other one, which was real funny. I liked his stuff. This one was really good. I was like, wow, this is really funny. He had some zingers in there.
I know who Judas is.
Who?
This is you may not agree with this, but I kind of like it. Steve Buscemi.
I'm thinking more of a singer.
More of a. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm thinking about? What's that guy? I know.
Okay, let's go singer.
What's that guy's name? That dog guy.
Dog.
Yeah. I don't know. See, you don't know either. We're just like we're like Led Zeppelin. What? No, I don't know. It could be Ted.
Oh,
Nugent.
I know who Judas is.
Oh no.
You ready for this?
What?
Justin Bieber. He's Judas. He's that little 30 pieces of silver little auto-tuned a-hole.
No,
he's turning in Jesus.
Someone worse than that.
Someone worse than Bieber?
Yeah.
Holy
How about
cow.
like Kid Rock or something? He's a Trump guy. I don't know.
Ooh, Kid Rock. That is provocative.
Somebody you really don't like, It's like, ooh.
How about Eminem? He could rap it.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm turning my back on you.
I don't know. We got to think about that. But we definitely have Eddie Vedder.
Eddie Vedder's Jesus, yeah.
Just we're making the announcement now.
Yeah.
We're our studio, NuzBox Studio Productions, is bringing back for 2020
intellectual rights too. Okay, folks, back off.
Yeah. No, we're gonna bring back. It's gonna be Hollywood. Lots of CGI.
Because
you have to make CGI if you do a remake.
It's almost gonna be Buzzy Berkeley sort of stuff. We're gonna go all in. I mean,
well, somehow we're going to work spaceships in there. Maybe he comes down in a spaceship because it's modern times. I mean, look. The reason you do CGI is because the kids won't watch it if you don't do CGI.
Well, even if he's not an alien himself, but aliens come down because they want to catch some Jesus, right?
Mm-hmm.
They want to be in on the action. So maybe we have ET show up. ET found Jesus. That would be cool. I'm
remember that
down.
guy's name. I can't remember.
Let's see, yeah.
But we'll
Kid Rock. That's a pretty strong one. The more I'm thinking of that, that's not bad.
He's even lately
That's
with
good.
his like hat and to make America. It's like get out of here.
He's got his little MAGA hat on. He's turning in Eddie Vedder, and people are like real pissed because here's
He'll be
the
walking
guy.
through the ghoul place, right?
Yeah.
He'll be commiserating with the devil and be like Kellyanne Conway, and then woo, I don't know.
Oh, there's Bannon behind the bush. And it could be good.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg should make an appearance.
Snoop Dogg would be one of the cool apostles,
Yes.
though. He's
Oh no, totally cool. He'd be like,
I'm almost thinking Snoop Dogg is Peter. Because he's the guy, the Gethsemane, they're about ready to round up Jesus, and here comes Peter with his little sword. Hey yo, and he accept the sword. He's breaking out his nine. He's like, you ain't taking this.
shizzle in the manizzle.
Right,
Something like that.
right.
But I'm telling you, we got Eddie Vedder.
Eddie Vedder, that's perfect.
It is though, isn't it?
It
Doesn't
is.
that seem to fit?
That's perfect.
And he just carry his acoustic ovation guitar
Yeah, he
around.
breaks it out. Sermon on the Mount. It's Woodstock.
Yeah.
He gets there.
There is a movie coming out from Portland
Ooh,
about Woodstock.
really?
Yeah, it's now I don't know what the name of it. I thought I saved it. Speaking of Woodstock, there's a movie. It's been casting. They've been doing casting calls. In fact, Jason, I'm surprised. I am surprised you have not got on this because they were casting extras. Although,
Did they want middle-aged bald
it's
people?
not like they were looking for gray-haired, bald, middle-aged people. They were looking for hip-looking, hippie, hipster folks.
That's why I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, it was. Can't remember the name of it, but it's about two young girls who are making their way to go to Woodstock.
Wow.
So it's a period piece, but it's going to be filmed here in Portland and Oregon and stuff.
Yeah.
So there was that, and I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of it, but that's under.
Ooh, that's a good guest segue because Doc.
Oh yeah,
Next Friday,
because we always promise things.
yeah, next Friday, author Ed DeVito. Of
Okay.
course, he wrote the Woodstock Paradox and Paradigm. Yeah, he'll be here on Friday.
We fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. It's locked in. I double locked it in.
Okay.
On Monday we got Marty Boudreau.
Okay.
Awesome.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Take your echinacea and your nettles and your quercetin.
Yeah.
No, these are all actually good,
Yeah.
healthful cold flu.
Oh, I'm good to
Type
go.
things.
Yeah.
So they'll keep you healthy.
Yeah. I just had this lingering bug,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't. On
around.
Monday, I was feeling good. By like Tuesday afternoon, man, I was back, and I was like, "Come on, this is just like." So, but now I'm feeling good.
So NIBIRU, Planet X, is supposed to end the world. Now this one says end of the world to spark 7 years of pain beginning on October 21st. So there's your Armageddon, your Book of Revelation stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, the Telegraph UK has Nibiru, how the nonsense Planet X, Armageddon, and NASA fake news theories spread globally. They always do,
I know who's also one of the apostles. Oh gosh, James Hetfield of Metallica.
Oh yeah.
He's the muscle of the bunch, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna be
Yeah. We'll work on that.
Stuff's popping in my head,
Well, you have to
I'll be getting a hold of you later, like in the afternoon.
Lady Gaga as
Ooh,
Mary Magdalene.
that is perfect.
Yeah?
That is perfect.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is wow.
Of
Wow,
course.
this is coming together quick.
And it's going to have tons
like
of
it.
CGI.
I like it.
Tons and tons of CGI.
Okay, who plays Mary though? Jesus' mom. We got to have a mom figure. We got to have a
Could be. It
What
could
about
be.
the lady from Gilmore Girls? What's her name?
No. It's got to be a singer. It could either be
you're
one
right.
of two people. It could either be Madonna
Well, Madonna
Cher.
is Mary. Madonna
or Cher. But probably Madonna, maybe. But maybe Cher. Maybe we can bring.
Ooh.
I mean, she's she's got,
Ooh.
and look, Mary has to be white because Jesus was white.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus was.
Folks, they can't hear on the stream that I'm smiling and winking. Smile, wink, wink, smile.
Yeah, he wasn't Middle Eastern at all. He wasn't you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you think that Jesus was out there,
You know
chances are he wasn't the white Italian guy with the big flowing beard that they painted in the Renaissance folks. But in Jesus Christ Superstar, he was a white hippie kid, so why not?
I want to go Cher, but I think she may be just a little too old.
So Madonna, do you think? Madonna,
I think could pull it
think
off.
of an older singer. Barbara Streisand, probably not too.
Yeah, it's a little too old.
They could be grandparents.
What Alanis Morissette? She's now in her 40s.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She just seems a little young to be. No, she's a little young to be Eddie Vedder. I mean, they're kind of contemporary.
Yeah,
she already did that too. She played God in that one movie. No, she was.
Let's
God.
go Madonna.
No, she was God in that what's his name's movies. You know, guy who did Clerks and stuff. It's morning.
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
I always liked Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
By the way.
Oh yeah, very talented.
A talented lady, an attractive lady.
Yeah.
I just always liked.
Yeah.
And then when she came out and she had that album I loved. You know, when she came out with her stuff.
Pill,
yeah. Oh, I got it. I was like, wow, this is the sound of the night. I'm digging this. And then I go up on the internet, and here she is. She's some little girl on the little Nickelodeon TV.
Well, how about very quietly, the guy that wrote most of her songs with her, Jagged Little Pill, Russ Ballard.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's a stud, man.
Yeah.
And he was, you know.
Well, I don't know about his
prowess. Well, no, I'm just saying that as far as like he reminds me of kind of a Mutt Lange guy, the kind of like the power behind the throne, so to speak. And when I was like, oh, that's Russ Ballard.
So we think maybe Madonna.
You
could have Shania Twain could be like Mary too.
Faith Hill too.
We could have who else do we
Reba McEntire.
Reba McEntire
is Mary.
Hey, Jesus.
Dolly Parton? No.
Jesus.
Jace.
I just like saying Jesus. I'm getting my guitar out. Good old Reba McEntire.
Reba McEntire.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I thought of some other people.
Madonna's pretty good, though. I mean, of course, you got her name, Madonna.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it would look good in the big CGI titles because the title sequence has to be good too.
Well, it's got to be.
I think what we'll do.
Okay.
Here's what we'll do.
Okay. Welcome to our production meeting.
No, this is such a big budget affair. I mean, this is not. We're not going to be like. This is.
We're pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, this is going to make. Alan Parker and those guys. Well, never mind. But it's going to be big budget because we have CGI.
Yeah.
All-star rock and roll music cast. And comedy, too.
And comedy.
Dave Chappelle.
Right.
And we'll get Andrew Lloyd Webber to write a little extra music for the 2017.
He's got to be at least a consultant.
2020 release.
Right?
Yeah. So we'll have a title sequence. It'll be CGI.
You know who's directing
and right up there,
it'll
be like, Madonna as Mary.
Yes.
Done.
You know who's directing this, don't you?
Who?
David Lynch. Lynch is gonna pull this off, dude.
No. I don't think you get where we're going with it. I mean, we need to have a production meeting. Not David Lynch.
No? I think you'd add a certain
Michael Bay musical.
Ooh, holy cow, Michael Bay.
Yes, exactly.
What about
There'll be like some sort of
Scott.
weird.
What about him? What is that?
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott.
Yeah, but then he'll rewrite it and it'll be
that's true.
I don't get it. Did Jesus
Bay?
Was he the Son of Man? No, Michael Bay. Michael Bay. It's going to be a Michael Bay.
Yeah, he's a straight ahead guy.
Because it's going to be like at some point, Eddie Jesus Vedder is going to be battling the satanic robots. I don't know how we're going to work that in, but they're going to come down to Earth.
Well, you got to.
And the hippies will be like, whoa, robots, man. And it's like, I got this,
Yeah, they're like Terminator guys, and they're
Even
out to...
Flow will start playing.
They're out to whack the Son of God.
And he'll be doing like the little Jackie Chan flips and stuff. You know what I mean?
One of the apostles has to know martial arts.
Yes.
So who do we get? Do we get Jackie Chan? Well, he's a little too old.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Even better. Even better. Vedder. takes the 12 apostles up on the mount
and teaches them.
Teach them martial arts, just like Bruce Lee, just like Is John Saxon still alive? He could like be the old guy. Like, remember John Saxon did Enter the Dragon? Yeah.
I want Ewan McGregor somewhere in there too.
Yes.
I want him in there.
He'll be Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Be like, how did he get in here? We don't know. He'll be the old sage man.
He could do the flashback scenes of Joseph.
You know what?
The young Jesus. There's Ewan McGregor. He's patting him on the head. Son, you're way more than a carpenter. You know.
Yeah. Wow. I like that.
Yeah, because the Obi-Wan.
Yes. And special appearance by Ewan McGregor. Who's special appearance? Ewan McGregor as Joseph. Loving it.
I got an idea. Who's playing Pontius Pilate? I got an idea on him.
I don't know who.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
He comes walking out with his English accent, dressed up like a Roman dude. He's there.
Yeah.
Bam.
Done.
Yeah.
And I got it. This is total fan service.
Okay.
Total Hollywood fan service, but we got to do it because look, we're gonna make some money at this thing. We're spending some money. We're gonna make some. We got Michael Bay over here making this thing,
right?
Directing this.
We got Eddie Jesus Vedder
as
at the helm.
And lots of CGI. I'm telling you, it's for the kids because they won't go see the movie if they can't eat popcorn and see the CGI.
Gigantic
They're
green
not just
screen.
going to come to some hippie like Jesus Christ Superstar and we're like, what would think? They need explosions.
They want the Fast and Furious meet Jesus.
Yes.
You know, could there be a car scene in it?
I'm just thinking that too. How could we? It's a vision. It's when Jesus goes. Is it the Garden of Gethsemane?
Yeah.
And he's tempted, right?
Yeah.
And he's having doubts, right?
He's having doubts.
And then somehow he has a vision of the future.
Jesus, if you could take this cup away from me.
He has a vision of the future.
Yeah.
And he's in a Fast and Furious car chase.
Right.
With some dudes.
Right.
Baby Driver, Fast and Furious. Yeah. Oh, man.
I like it.
We could just scrap the whole Jesus Christ Superstar thing and just make it. But we like Eddie Vedder though, because he's going to sing some songs.
Yeah,
maybe we'll just rewrite the songs.
You know who
make more money for ourselves.
That's true.
So there'll be that.
Okay.
And then I lost my train of thought. There was the Joseph flashback. That's good. Eddie Vedder. Wow, I had another idea. For another casting. Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch's Pontius Pilate.
Pontius Pilate, yeah.
And his sidekick Titus.
Ooh.
Pontius Pilate and his sidekick Titus. Ooh. And guess who it is? Total Hollywood fan service. Okay. It's Martin Freeman. Sherlock, right? It's like the reunition, the Cumberbatch.
They're going to be like, but it works.
Because all the fans of Sherlock, BBC Sherlock, will love that, right?
Yeah.
Be like, Titus, give me my towel or something. I can't do a Cumberbatch.
We need to do proper homage.
Titus, I can't do a Cumberbatch.
Special cameo Barabbas. Mm-hmm. You know, when they're trading, Jesus for Barabbas. David Crosby.
Oh wow!
What do you think? He comes out there and he's or Neil Young. Neil Young. Ooh. Gosh.
You know what I just realized?
What's up?
If we have Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
And then if we have Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
To kind of get that Sherlock BBC,
we need
Sherlock
Watson,
BBC, right? Because the fans will be like, it's the reuniting of the Sherlock cast. I love it. Well, if we have Martin Freeman,
who plays the Moriarty? We need him in, or
no. There's
or
no
even
no. But we need after that.
Yeah.
We will need to do a little fan service on The Office, the UK version of The Office.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So Ricky Gervais has to be in it too. Ricky Gervais could be the Emperor Caesar.
Ooh, or he's Herod.
Herod. Okay, Herod works. Yeah, he just needs to be the top dude.
Yeah.
Doing the Ricky Gervais. Doing that thing like The Office.
Ricky Gervais.
We've got this problem with the prophet, Pilate. And,
no. Ricky Gervais?
Yeah.
Caiaphas, head of the, the Pharisees.
There you go.
He's the guy denouncing them.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's doing that Office thing.
Yeah.
I know some people have seen the American Office, but we're talking the original
the UK,
British, the UK one. Ricky Gervais, kind of doing the Ricky Gervais thing, like, right, we got a problem, that sort of thing.
Could we get Beyonce in there somewhere?
Yes. And somehow she'll be singing the Single Ladies and how that works.
Single ladies.
That'll be like the Mary. We better stop.
This is one
Is
heck
that
of a
thunder and
motion
lightning I hear?
No, it's just North Koreans. it's just their bombs going off. Yeah.
I hear a lot of planes flying around here. Have you heard a lot of planes, like as in not your average everyday?
No, I
airliner type thing or whatever. If they are, they're flying really low. But no, they pretty much afterburner type stuff.
Yeah. I remember a couple weeks ago. In fact, I think we were yakking on the old interwebs when we were hearing some planes.
Yes.
And I actually had to walk outside and take a little gander for myself.
Yeah.
There was.
So okay. So we've got that Jesus. We're going to be redoing Jesus Christ Superstar. Michael Bay directs, starring Eddie Vedder as Jesus.
Yeah. Kid Rock, Madonna.
Dave
Chappelle.
It's going to be huge, folks. It's going to be huge.
Huge.
I don't
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I don't know what the problem was with that thing, the computer. But Friday, September 22nd we are the first day of fall.
There we go.
And hence, I am wearing, and it just like Oregon, it suddenly rained and got really cold, overnight.
You know it's fall when I'm wearing pants.
Yeah. Oh,
the guy who wears shorts in February. Yeah, I'm wearing pants.
There, you're wearing pants.
It's fall.
Yeah, so it is fall, and it got cold. And this is one time where we're praying for rain. Like I've never seen people go rain, rain, rain because of the forest fires.
Yeah,
and that's good because things are getting better, but they're bad though.
They're still.
The real story behind Mr. Rogers' joyful flipping of the bird. You've seen this, right?
Yeah.
Should I put it up there?
Yeah.
Sure, it's Feel Good Friday. Let's just...
Ooh, the double.
Yeah, no. If you haven't seen this is real. This is Mr. Fred Rogers, the man that we grew up with as
Won't
children.
You be my neighbor?
Yeah, he's neighborly flipping us off.
Yeah.
And folks, well, it was a mystery. It's like how Mr. Rod, and it was usually like a still where it's like, clearly, like most hosts of children's programs, he got mad at someone and screamed at them and flipped them off. Not the case, says Boing Boing. According to Boing Boing, no single GIF better represents my days than Mr. Rogers throwing the double bird with a giant smile on his face.
Right,
Here's the story. For many years, rumors have gone around that Fred McFeely Rogers flipped kids off in his TV show. The truth is he did, inadvertently. He was singing Where is Thumbkin with children, and when he got to Tall Man, he proudly displayed his middle fingers because that's how the song played out. And I vaguely remember this song. It's a song about your fingers that you sing to little kids. And it's Where is Thumbkin? And let's see the Tall Man. Well, which finger is the longest? I mean, I can, if you'd like. We can actually go to the clip via YouTube. Oh, sorry about that, folks. I hope we don't get the
copyright.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Mr. Rogers, you copyright over Mr. Fred Rogers.
Okay, come on.
Here it comes. You got even the kids flipping off. It's great.
Yeah, that's Tall Man. Look at that. Yeah, the kid on the side's just like, oh, I want to learn this. All right. So there you go.
There you go.
There is your You're Fred Rogers. I just saved that. I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah.
Because I was always curious about what the real story was about the thing.
I can't imagine Mr. Rogers mad at anything.
No.
You know, he's a happy-go-lucky guy.
Well,
I mean, the one with Johnny Cash flipping off. I mean, yeah, you can imagine that. That's.
Well, I think the other. I mean, they were famous.
Mr. Rogers.
They were famous hosts, kids hosts that said things kind of off mic or whatever that were a little distasteful.
Are you kidding? Ramblin' Rod, talk like a sailor. I'm kidding. I have no idea.
Did you see this one? Okay, so did you see this one?
Yeah.
Larry Lawrence O'Donnell on MSNBC.
I said, 7 minutes of nothing but just yelling at his. How would you like to be a guy that's working for him?
Well,
holy cow!
So here's the thing. This came out on the internet. Yeah, you sent it to me, and I saw other people were talking about it.
Right.
And it's I'm trying to see here. Yeah, it's like about an 8-minute clip.
Yeah.
And it's all clipped up. And apparently, according to Mediate, it is from one particular show date.
Yeah.
And I want to. Okay, first of all, couple things.
Yeah.
Number one, I used to watch MSNBC.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, God. I'm just like all bad. I used to watch MSNBC during the election and the primary. I don't know. I'm not. They really have an agenda over there, and it's tough to. And I have not liked Chris Matthews. I mean, I think he's a comedic buffoon. Sorry, I do. Chris
Matthews.
You
hardball?
Yeah,
I like Chris Matthews.
No, he's I don't know. They have the anchor over there who's the liar. Sorry.
Oh, Brian Williams.
Brian Williams.
Yeah, he's reformed though.
Yeah, you know what? Job one: don't lie.
Yeah.
When you're a reporter.
Yeah.
Rachel kind of, she does her thing. She's a great broadcaster, but she used to be very progressive and stuff when she was on the radio. And then they got Lawrence O'Donnell. Yeah. And this guy was a Democratic PR dude. I think during the Clinton people. So
yeah,
I've never liked him. I don't
Lawrence
find him.
O'Donnell?
Yeah, I don't find he was a good pundit, but his show is to me was unwatchable. So I'm not a Lawrence O'Donnell. First of all, if you need to know something, I don't like any of them. I don't like any. I'm here doing my own media because I don't like all of you out there in media. So don't get me to like someone. I'll say I like one person or two people, but liberals, right wing, you name it, I don't like a lot of them.
I still like Rachel.
Yeah. Well, she's good at what she does.
Yeah.
She's good at what she does.
That's another thing.
Her show has an agenda that manipulates the facts, and they have been wrong.
Breaking news. McCain to vote no on Obamacare repeal.
Well, he did that last time.
Yep, he's announced it ahead of time.
So he's already doing it again. Yeah, we didn't talk about they're doing the Obamacare repeal again.
Tune in on Wednesday. We got a full show of that.
Yeah, there's a... Anyway, so I don't like Larry O'Donnell that well.
No.
I mean, you just don't find this thing. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
So they got 8 minutes of him, and he's yelling, he's using the F word and all this stuff. Let me come to his defense.
Okay.
For a moment. First of all, yes, it is bad when you're in the workplace and you're yelling around and people, it's bad, but it happens, okay? Secondly, the reasons he is upset are rather valid broadcast reasons.
Well, banging hammers and other stuff.
At one point, someone's hammering something around the studio, and he's like, "Who's hammering?" I can't. That really flips him off. Well, yeah, you're in a television, and this is like not Coffee with Curmudgeons, right? This is MSNBC, supposedly a network cable station. You don't expect people hammering while you're trying to do all your recordings for your show. The other thing is. The thing that sets him off, and this sets other people off too, is a couple things that happen in the news business. Teleprompter and IFB.
Yes.
This is kind of an IFB
Especially
right here.
IFB, yeah.
And what it is they talk to you in your ear while you talk on the teleprompter. And a lot of those people are really good because they can hear stuff in the air.
We're going to break.
They can do the teleprompter.
Yep.
And the thing is that people are talking and distracting him and doing stuff in the IB. That's job one of your production crew. Yeah. So, again, I don't like the guy, but to come to his defense a bit, his crew was doing him a disservice and not doing their job. If you got people in... Now, those things are like wireless, so when I looked at the tape...
Yeah,
I'm like, I wonder if they got the channels. They probably got the
some
channels.
Interference somewhere, yeah.
Well, there's there's wired and wireless comm, and there's usually more than one channel. So how it works? Let me
kind of like bleed over a little bit.
Let me give you a little video production thing.
Yes, excellent.
So you see those headsets too, like on sports or whatever, and camera people wear. Well, there's usually like at least maybe 2 channels. One might be the main channel, maybe your host, maybe your on-air talent is on that channel. Yeah. And then maybe there's another channel that's the back channel where just like the director tells the camera people, like if you have camera folks, you'd be like, hey, zoom in here, do this. That's not what you want your host to hear.
No. Yeah.
So you kind of break it up by job role. Yeah. Like the back production, right? People who are actually doing the production versus... Right. Talk to the host and give them information or give them a countdown or, hey, going in 10 seconds, that sort of thing. Right. And so what I got from his whole rant was that it sounded like the channels got all
I think so too.
Mixed up.
And the one thing I did kind of feel for him is behind the scenes, folks. Like when they have the the producer in the ear talking, right? It's got to be that the delivery of that has got to be so streamlined because the stream of consciousness of the host when he's talking on camera, like I'm talking to you right now. Right. If you have all the stuff going on back in your ear and you're trying to coordinate with the guest and you're trying to get you're trying to do like 3 things at once, having someone talk about what they're having for dinner at that moment just doesn't it's off-putting, right? Yeah. Especially when you're talking to millions of people on
So people are like, wow, look, he's like really going off. It's like, well, and here's the thing: who put that tape out? Who leaked the tape? Someone on his crew that is disgruntled and going to make him look bad. It's like, screw you, Larry. Here you go. Yeah. And I think you can find all kinds of hosts
that lose it at one time or another
because they're actually trying to do their thing either to tape or live. Yeah, and that totally, right. I mean, maybe he shouldn't have lost it so much, but then again, if I were in the crew, the director or whatever, I would have been like, okay, crew, let's get together and figure out what's the problem here. Our host, who we're working for, who we're here to make look good and help our hosts do their job. Yeah, we've screwed up. We've let that person down. Right.
Yeah, and when you're literally talking to millions of people a night, every day, your job, every day, you have to have your A game. Guys get fired for bringing in their B games, So, you have to be on all the time, and you're into it, and something goes bad, you tend to...
technical problems happen in production. Right. I know this all the time.
But that was a little much.
Yeah, but I mean...
Hammering.
It just seemed to continue on the whole... And that's what was frustrating him. At first, if you notice, he gets frustrated. He's like, hey, I've got something going on. Da, da, da. But as the night progresses, and then someone's hammering on top of it...
Still going, yeah.
I mean, it's like... again, as coming from a director, producer, technical director background, which I do have... Yeah. I would be, where's our problem here, folks? Yeah. We're the problem. He's not the problem. Right. He's just expecting what he expects out front.
One of the things that occurred to me in real time as I'm watching this is when he's talking about, who's hammering, who's doing this. I'm thinking if he's talking about people either on the floor up there or on the floor down there, how soundproof is that studio then? I mean, that should be totally...
Well, it is, but
cocooned,
it is, but there is hammering. I mean, that's that. I mean, that again. That's like, I put myself in his shoes. Like, okay, I'm trying to get through this. There's all these technical problems, and now I hear hammering in the studio. What the heck is going on, right? You know?
Towards the end, it's like, what else, right? It, what else? Is your water buffalo going to come streaming past?
Exactly.
Like, what's next?
Well, and again. I don't necessarily like the guy. No.
But I feel for it.
Look, we're doing this streaming. We got all this stuff going on. We can look over here. You actually have a good look at what's going on here.
Yeah.
So we have somewhat of, it's kind of a television studio. We have somewhat of a technical, like Monday, my thing died, right? Suddenly, out of the blue. I can't run the show on the normal pad. So luckily I have a backup. I plan for backups. But still, it kind of takes you out of what you're trying to do.
We have multiple cameras, multiple switch, and then also we're on multiple platforms at the same time.
Luckily you can kind of automate it and run it. And those studios are kind of automated and run it. I don't know that those. I would guess that nowadays, the cameras are robotic, and then there's someone back there. But and I've seen a lot of screw ups like. Oh boy, there is this one major news program, the longest running program on television. That they have
Meet the Press. 70 years, right?
They have technical problems
all the time.
Yeah. Oh, audio and stuff. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's my theory.
Mm-hmm.
Interns, maybe. And this is not to denigrate interns, but sometimes you get like the whole like summertime and you've got a crew of interns and you're training them or whatever, and maybe things go awry. Maybe that was part of the problem. I don't know. Again, that doesn't denigrate interns, but really it's the director, producer, and the director, and the technical director. They all need to get their act together and go fix whatever it is and fix it now.
But usually, though, the seasoned professionals like that, everything is slick, and then very rarely do you see the real muff up. So you're right; it could be interns, it could be technical, it could be.
If you look on YouTube or whatever, you will find all kinds of
outtakes
of hosts melting down over the exact same. It's usually the teleprompter, or it's your IFB.
Yeah.
Because those are the two things that you can't, and we have a teleprompter, but we don't use one here. But, all those Rachel, all of them, they got their script, they read off the teleprompter. And
I rigged up one for a bit when we first started doing it.
We have the teleprompter if we need. We just decided we're way cooler when we wing it.
Run a hit, man.
But the thing is that that the teleprompter issues, like if the prompter's not going to the right, and usually there's someone controlling it, or it can be automatic, and the timing, or if something was written in wrong in the script because the host goes over the script and then reads it.
Right.
And so the famous one that they linked to was Bill O'Reilly doing a meltdown when he was on Inside Edition, which was great. He's screaming, but. Again, no matter what you think of Bill O'Reilly, the issue he has with his prompter is that he's basically supposed to do his play out, give his last paragraph, and here we're going to play I think they're talking about a Sting thing, and it's not written there on the prompter. And he's like, why isn't it on the? Why does it just say that? And they're like, and then he screams at him. He goes, fine, I'll just do it myself, and he does it himself, but. It should have been in his script on the prompter.
Right.
If you're like, and have a great weekend, folks. We'll be back. You're a trained monkey. You're reading the prompter.
Right. Well,
it's supposed to be on the prompter.
And prompter lingo is a little different from just writing on a piece of paper. It's all spelled phonetically, especially people's names, locations, or whatever is all kind of phonetically. And if it's not, sometimes people get really angry. If it's
Yeah. Well, the other thing is and I don't work with the prompter a lot, but I have, and we've got the thing. A lot of it is how it appears on the screen, because you have to be able to read those words. You can't squint or whatever. You got to come up nice and big and make sense as you're going down.
It's got to be natural,
and it also has to run at the speed you're reading it. So it's a real skill.
It is.
And if you are in the crew. And you are running the prompter, for example, and you made a mistake in the script and go up to YouTube and look at all the prompter mistakes where someone has put in something wrong in the script in the prompter. Those are the funny ones. Because the person's just doing a read.
He's just reading whatever's on the.
They're looking at the camera, reading, delivering. It's a trained monkey kind of a thing.
A lot of times you're
really
on
is.
autopilot.
Yeah.
You're just saying what's on the screen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, mostly when a newsreader, no offense to all the newsreaders out there, you are people, I know you, but when you're on prompter and reading, your trained monkey, it's like sitting down at the drums and playing the beat to the song. It's like at some point it's muscle memory. You're,
Yeah.
Well. And so it's funny sometimes, and people have put crews have screwed over their hosts and put stuff in the prompter that they shouldn't have. Oh yeah.
Like one of my favorite little takeoffs of that is in the movie Reality Bites, where she's had enough at her job. She does that morning show. Mm-hmm. And she writes something in on the prompter and on the cue cards. And, of course, when you're in the talking monkey mode, you just say it. And he's like, oh, anyway. But no, I mean, especially a prompter, like if you're stiff or whatever. I mean, and I say this, and I know you're just bagging on Trump again, but look at a Trump speech, how wooden and blocky and everything is. It's not because, he's illiterate, but also because he's not used to looking and doing that through a teleprompter. So
I mean that's been the big thing with Trump has been this whole deal about when he's just winging it, he's doing his Trump thing. If he's in the prompter
doing his Trump thing,
he's actually reading a speech. I mean, President Obama.
Oh, he was
brilliant on the prompter.
Him and Clinton. Were
and Clinton,
just they were masters.
And Hillary Clinton,
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
and of course he's an actor, so I mean he just
Yeah, it was like here's your script.
But Obama, he was
and Hillary Clinton, all of them learned to do that prompter thing, and those little weird things that look like bulletproof glass. Those are their prompters.
Those are prompters.
That's what they are.
You can't see them on one side, but on the other. You can look
here. Yeah, they're just a mirror, reflective mirror.
Very cool.
So anyway, so we'll be doing more prompter work.
Ooh.
I forgot because I was gonna.
Yeah.
We'll get Jason to scream at people.
Sweet.
Yes.
Awesome.
Couple things. I got a couple final thoughts. Do you have any final thoughts? I've got a few little things that hit the news that I think we should talk about quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Just little visual things.
Just folks.
Anything we haven't discussed.
No, I think my final thoughts would be just telling somebody, listen, with all the crap that's going on in the news, and
laugh
and all the stuff. Yeah, find your moments to center yourself, and find some moments to laugh, find some levity, because.
See, while you were watching the Vietnam War, I was catching up on Seth MacFarlane's
The Orville. I love that show,
Yeah, I had actually I missed the first part, and they just shifted it, so it was on Sunday, now it's on Thursday, so it was like, DVR or whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of the Star Trek comedy thing.
The send up, it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
So we have our all natural Nambian Kofefi made with 100% confusion. This is what the president will be drinking. Kofefi. Nambian. This taken from
I love that.
Namibia. Is it?
I think he got mixed up between Namibia and Zambia.
Yeah,
I think it came out with Nambia, so of course it's taken a life of its own.
Gosh, I'm really being nice to people like Larry O'Donnell, the president. Because seriously, I mean, it was like, I could see that. I mean, granted, we're like, but still, I could see myself making that mistake, right? Yeah. One person's Nambia is one person's Namibia or something.
Right.
It's like, I don't know. I mean,
one man's Nambia is another man's Kofefi.
I sound like such a.
But Nambia. But it's fun. It's fun to play with, though. I mean, all the different things. I'm just waiting for all the Nambia things to come out.
Well, that was it. The Nambia.
I'm working on one right now.
Oh
Nambia.
Boy. Well, you better hurry up because those memes go quickly.
I know.
They're fast. You got to be fast. You got to be like. Tick, 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 tick. I know.
Fast and Jason just aren't used much in the same sentence.
Yeah, you're gonna be fast and furious on the memes. I don't know what the last headlines are doing. If you're seeing anything,
yeah. Well, McCain said he's voting no.
Well, there you go. So there, healthcare, all that ineffective crap. The last thing I've got, which I think is super important.
Excellent.
I'm gonna call this outrage of the week, folks.
Ooh. Bum, bum, bum.
That's right. Doc Normal's. We need
outrage.
We need music. We need a theme. We need a graphic. Doc Normal's outrage of the week.
Outrage of the week, or how about meltdown moment?
Yeah.
Outrage of the week.
Yeah, I think outrage of the week fits this one better.
Okay.
But it could be meltdown, folks. Let me show you the new rage in Portland for the Halloween. For Halloween, in your cuisine department, folks, let me introduce you to the candy corn pizza. And this is courtesy of Keep Portland Weird page. That is a pizza with cheese, with red sauce, and candy corn on top. And folks, that's what it looks like when it's all cooked up. Your candy corn pizza. Are you kidding me? I just about hurled when I saw that.
I don't get it.
I love candy corn.
I love me candy corn. I love me pizza. But together,
pizza. But together, I don't know. This is not a Reese's peanut butter cup moment.
Is nothing sacred anymore?
Exactly.
Candy corn on a pizza.
You know what? I was
What's next?
Okay, I'm buying it. Maybe it's like a sweet bread. But when I saw the cheese and the red sauce underneath the mozzarella,
because if it's a dessert pizza,
made that.
You know, if it was a dessert pizza, you could say, all right, a little pastry sort of stuff with candy corn, kind of. Okay, I can do that. But like the marinara sauce, and I was, oh my God, what are they doing over there?
Alexa,
someone was stoned when they did that.
What is pizza?
What is pizza?
The word pizza means Italian open pie made of thin bread dough spread with a spiced mixture of, for example, tomato sauce and cheese.
Jason, I don't hear candy corn in that.
No, I didn't hear candy corn once in that.
Exactly. Alexa, what is candy corn?
Candy corn is a candy most often found in the United States and Canada, popular primarily around Halloween.
There you go.
Here you go.
It is neither corn. Well, corn syrup.
Let's ask her. Alexa, can you put candy corn on pizza?
Okay.
Yeah, I like how you've already rushed it. It's like, this is the RT edition of Alexi. Yes. I know, with a monocle.
Vladimir.
Yes.
Okay. Alexa.
He's just getting the hang of it.
Can you put candy corn on pizza?
I've put candy corn pizza on your shopping list.
Whoa! Thanks, Jason.
Crap, now I know what I'm having for dinner.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So now, see, this is the thing we just realized.
Yeah.
This is the problem. This is an Amazon product. If you start searching around and using it for information, suddenly, Alexa, what's on my shopping list?
You have one item on your shopping list. Candy corn pizza.
You jerk.
Sorry, I didn't know it was gonna go to that.
I haven't tied this for that reason, folks. I know Amazon wants you to tie this to your shopping list. So you basically, people go out and go, hey, get me some milk and stuff, and then someone magically flies in on a drone or something and hands you milk, right?
Yeah.
That's the convenience. That's a little too convenient for Doc Normal. If Doc does that, he'll never leave the house. So
Alexa,
oh no,
add to shopping list pickled pig's feet.
Now see it.
Even she's not taking me seriously.
Maybe I can pre-configure it for vegan. Alexa, remove candy corn pizza from shopping list.
To clear your list or remove an item, visit the Alexa app.
Oh, thanks,
making
Jason.
It's tattooed on there now. Oops.
Nice. See, this is where it's going to go bad, folks, because then you can, you are going to go to places, hey, you got that Amazon thing? Cool. And you're just going to be like, you're just going to add like, we can imagine the shopping items on the shopping list.
I will go into the most obscure stuff, too. For the next month, Doc is eating monkfish for the next month. Yeah.
Alexa, add candy corn underwear to my shopping list, please.
Right. And, the weird thing
I added candy corn underwear to your shopping list.
Oh, no. This is getting better. I'm definitely getting one of these over the weekend. This is great.
Yeah, you're just like...
I fully expect now that the last thing I will ever hear in my life is the term, Alexa, assassinate Jason. And then
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
That's a good thing.
It keeps a record of every last thing that it said. Like if you go, there is an app and you can see, and you can say, yeah, you did the right thing, you did the wrong thing. Apparently now I need to look into this shopping list.
Right. Can I just say, Alexa, I love you.
That's really nice. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. See? I'm earning brownie points with Alexa.
Alexa, add browning points to the shopping list.
I've put brownie points on your shopping list.
What? It's totally open-ended. It doesn't matter.
Right.
I can imagine Kim Jong-un on this thing. It's like caviar and bombs.
The head of
please.
Alfredo Garcia to the shop. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding.
Oh brother. I didn't realize. See, I haven't used that feature, so I didn't know. Great. And they data mine this stuff, Here's the thing. Again, this is a bug. Like, don't worry about the Russians snooping on you because everyone's snooping on you. So at some point, someone's back at Amazon headquarters right now going, do we have candy corn underwear in stock? Because... Is that in a party time, holiday place? Call them up and send them an email. Do we have candy corn underwear?
Some guy somewhere is looking at that on his monitor going, man, that is just kinky.
Jeez.
What is going on over there?
Oh, I need to look into that. I'm just
leave it up to me. Leave it up to me to corrupt your... Oh man! Well,
Oh boy!
And I'll be sending you a message at dinner time to see if you're having candy corn pizza.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't think it's tied to my account. I hope not. Although it could have read it. It could have gone in. I mean, I rarely use the Amazon. Maybe for things,
odds and ends.
Yeah. Well, stuff. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, with that, oh God, Alexa, say goodbye, Jason.
Alexa, say goodbye, Jason.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Oh yeah, but you're sure about the damn candy corn underwear. Great. All right. So everyone be safe. First day of fall. It's cold. It's cold. And yeah. Final thoughts? Anything?
Have a good weekend.
Nothing. Yeah. After that Alexa stuff, I'm just
we got nothing.
I got nothing.
Say goodbye, Alexa. Say goodbye. Guess not. She's silent.
Say goodbye, Alexa. Alexa, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna make myself a cup of Good Morning America. Y'all want some? It's the best damn coffee you're gonna get anywhere, buddy.
You have 3 items on your shopping list. Brownie points, candy corn underwear, candy corn pizza.